Hello everyone, my name is Muir and we've got something new for you today. However, before we get into the video, I'd like to take a moment to tell you that nearly 70% of people who watch our videos are not subscribed. If you're not subscribed, you could do me a huge favor by liking the video, commenting below, subscribing to the channel, and ringing that bell. It really helps out the channel and lets me know that you're liking what I'm making. Alright, without further ado, let's get into the video. So we'll slap that on there and we basically just don't fight anything. So this one's survey fuel. There is the other version of this, which is going to be serve cargo. And then the last version of it, which will be serve crew. Okay, so this one's entire purposes will be just to be able to have fairly extreme range. Let's drop off more of that stuff. So right now we're just at crew, and what is our range on the map? Mostly everything. But because we can now survey planets with this, that is going to help us. Let's refit to fuel. Let's refuel. I don't know. Didn't we survey fuel? Yeah, we just don't have it on there. That's fine. Auxiliary fuel tanks. Okay, sounds good. Excellent. And the other one does not have the expanded cargo holds. That's weird. Kind of defeats the purpose, doesn't it? Oh, I know what happened. That means this one might not have... yeah. Okay, so let's do birthing. Okay, so we're gonna go with fuel, and then let's get X. What do you mean? What is going on here? Okay, now it worked. What the fuck is going on? I know I put that on there. Is the game bugging out or something? What is going on? Yeah, like I just put it on there. I know I did, and it's not keeping it. I think the game is bugging out. This might be a bug with this version of the game. But that one's cargo holds. We'll do it one more time. Okay, let's close that. Let's try it again. And now let's... yeah, okay, it's just bugging out. That's all that's happening. You have to do it twice. So, what I suspect is happening... here's what I suspect is happening here. The game, because we swap over, it gets rid of it. But if we do it again, then it puts it on. So here's what I think is happening. When you apply a new template, the game just tries to add all of that first and then delete everything that isn't on that. And what's happening is, because it already has two logistics on it already, the surveying equipment and the cargo holds, the game bugs out and doesn't know what to do. So the game instead just says, and what happens, and just doesn't put it on there because it can't have 3 logistics. So that's what I think is happening, as evidenced by there are 2 logistics right now. Now there's only 1 because it couldn't add the 3rd, but now suddenly there's 3 again. So we were to go over here, yeah. So that's what I think is happening. It's trying to add them all first. It's running to the bug where it can't, and then it removes everything that it's not supposed to have. What I think it should do is when you try to apply this. Now, clearly this is just a bug, right? But what it should probably do is first strip everything and then apply everything. The only problem with that, well, I don't necessarily see a problem with it. Like, if you're trying to refit in space and you do that, then, I mean, it only matters at the end, right? If you're refitting in space, it doesn't care if you remove all this stuff so long as you don't leave this screen. So, yeah, it should probably, when you go to refit, it should probably strip everything first and then reapply everything. What could also be happening, maybe, is that it's doing that, it's stripping everything and reapplying everything, but it's doing it, it's not necessarily clearing certain things, certain flags, and so you end up with maybe not being able to put that on there, but it makes sense. Now this is, we can evidence this by that. If we strip everything first, it goes on no problem. It's just we switch over. Okay, so we're gonna need some more of these so that we can go and survey worlds nice and easily. We can clear that. And let's see. And we might be able to do something similar with these. So that's the loading path one. It costs less. Is the ill-advised step. So we might be able to do the same thing with these. We'll just put 9 because we already have the afflictor. And so that might work for us. Then we can just then, in what is effectively extreme safety, we can go and basically search everything, salvage everything, and start surveying worlds like crazy with really no major danger to us. Alright, so what to do while we wait for our gremlins to finish building? Let's just do this. It won't take long. We can get there and we can get back again. We can go there and back again. So let's do that. We have plenty of fuel, plenty of supplies. Oh yeah, we can do this. Let's head off and go see what we can do. Now we do actually want to not take hits from storms if we can avoid them. So, but we also don't want to waste fuel if we can avoid doing so. We don't need to necessarily avoid enemies because we can just run away from them. But at the same time, if we have to run away from enemies, that will use a ton of supplies. And we check. Yeah, I think it's 6 a month, but how much? So deployments, recovery rate per day, performance. So how much would it cost to repair this fully? I would like something that tells me, like, supplies per CR. Because right now that's not necessarily obvious. Yeah, and I don't think it's something where it's like ordnance points being down, being like down in the corner there. Like they should be all yellow or something like that. Like even the word ordnance points, just make it stand out. But I'm not sure. I don't see anything that tells you exactly how much it would take to fully repair this to being combat ready. Which, were I running a fleet, I'd really want to know. Alright, so let's go ahead and keep going. So, do this dead drop by the time we get back. They're already done. Okay, that works. But we have to get there to do anything with them. And that's just going to be a bunch of storms, so we're going to slip through it. If we were to take the option to make it so that we could be a little sneakier, then this could work out great. There's someone over there. And we need to drop our stuff off over there. That works. Let's go do that then. Alright, very nice. Let's transverse jump out of here and head back home. To Penelope Star and DS1. Alright. And we have arrived. So, there's a pirate raid on the way. And, well, we're going to let our fleets deal with that on their own. They can't be that strong. They are fairly capable, are superior to the fleets defending the system. However, all colonies should be safe from the raid owing to their orbital defenses. Yes. Okay, well, let's go hire some more Gremlin. Let's go take some ships, shall we? So, these pieces of hot garbage. Okay, well. Right, let's refit them. So we're going to want to make versions of these for these as well. So, the first thing is going to be that we're going to strip this one, then we're going to basically build it to do what I need. So, what is this one's build? This is fuel. So we want fuel and surveying equipment. That's fine. Let's go with additional fuel tanks and surveying equipment. After that, we want unstable injector, safety override, so it goes fast, I guess. It's gotta go fast. Then we want adaptive phase coils. Alright, sounds good. Let's give it those so it can run faster. It goes incredibly slow, but it should be able to escape from the enemy. We're going to call this the served fuel. And we're going to save that. It has no weapons, don't worry. It won't be fighting anything anyways, supposedly. Right before it explodes. The other one is going to be cargo. Serve cargo. Okay. Yep, fuel, cargo, crew. And then lastly, we have additional berthing. This will be serve crew. Okay, good. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We don't need a ton of crew, but we need like a minimum. So how much crew do we have? Assuming that things take like 200 crew or so. How much crew does our fleet have? 141. Cool, sounds good. Let's put that in storage. And okay, in that case, let's refit everything. So we're gonna go crew, cargo, fuel. Crew, G, right? Yeah. Cargo, fuel. Crew, cargo, fuel. Crew, cargo, fuel. And I guess we'll do more fuel. Now this one, let's see, what can we hold now? Decent amount of things. We have enough to where we could perform a raid if we wanted to. We could carry around 200-ish Marines. So that's nice. Let's make sure we repair our ships. And let's get more. Let's get that maxed out again. So we require 2.3 a day. That means we could stay out for over 100 days. So we're pretty much good there. Okay, we are able to stay out for probably around 150 or more days. So that's good. What about range? Well, not as far as I'd like. So we can stay out for an inordinate amount of time. So let's make the majority of them fuel them. Fuel, 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 fuel. So what are you? We'll make you a crew. Oh yeah, that's right. They're going to need me to put that on there twice. Because of how the game works. Okay, so that's most of them. So now we have these. So this would need to be cargo, this would need to be crew, and then this would probably need to be cargo again. How much can we hold? We can hold 735 fuel. We can hold more than that. We can hold 164 crew. And let's see, crew, cargo, we're going to need to make you a crew. To maybe hold... Wait. We're going to need to make you a crew, yeah. You're a crew. And we need you to be a crew. Okay, so we're up to 232 crew. We don't necessarily need that many. So let's make this one a cargo. What can we hold now? 209 crew. I think that is enough. So we have that now. What's our range? Most of the sector still, but not the entire sector. What is our longevity? We can be out for about 100 days with what we can hold right now. And just checking everything to make sure the fuel tanks actually are on. Yeah. That's expanded cargo holds. We'll reset that to fuel as well. Okay, so fewer supplies, so we can't be out for 100 days. We extended our range by a tiny amount, and not much. I would like to be able to get to here and back, because that means we can go survey pretty much everything. So alternatively, the Afflictor seems to hold a lot. We have him doing berthing at the moment. What happens if we change him to fuel? Well, fuel range increases by a little bit, but not enough to matter. So we'd need a larger fleet if we wanted to make full phase fleets of everybody moving at super speeds and having no problems. But we're going to need him to be through. So we need to drop off a little bit of fuel, and we can potentially do something like this. Add in a bunch of fuel, some crew, and some supplies. Now we need to go in there and look at this one. And we're going to need to see if we can make it go faster. So we can't do this. Cannot be installed on civilian ships. Well, what can we do then? Militarized subsystems anywhere in here? Okay, so counts as logistics. So we'll give it an unstable injector to make it go slightly faster. And has insulated engine assembly. We could take that off to give it safety override so it goes faster. Alright, where is militarized safety overrides? This is going to be expensive. That goes at 170. And what else do we have? We can take all the weapons off of it. Maybe, yeah, we can get that down. And so now its whole thing is it goes 190, which is incredibly fast for it, considering that it doesn't have any weapons on it. So its defense is running as fast as it can. Okay, sounds good. I don't think that's going to make a massive difference there, so we're going to put a gun on that, I guess. Have it be auto-fire and run away. So, so how fast does this thing go? I'm just curious. So that's full speed. And it goes decently. It's not as fast as, like, either of these. Like this one going full speed. Yeah, well, it's just going to stop. So I wouldn't worry about it too much. But anyway, this thing is super vulnerable, and if it gets attacked, it will just explode instantaneously. Alright, let's put these in storage. Let's drop off all of that with our wrench. Pretty much most of the place. We'll at least be able to get back to here if we run out of fuel. But around, what is our... how long can we be out? Let's see. Less than 100 days. Less than 100 days, but that shouldn't be a problem. It shouldn't take us 100 days to get anywhere. So... but we can survey planets for practically nothing. So let's go survey a ton of stuff for practically nothing. And we can start way out here because this is where some of our quests need us to go to. That's the most distant one, so let's go there. Alright, let's go. We'll transverse jump, that'll give us a little bit more speed. And then yeah, we will make our way over there. Alright, so we have arrived at long last. Let's go ahead and jump in. Let's go sneaky breaky. There seems to be something over here. Doesn't seem to be moving, so it's probably an outpost we can potentially salvage. The research station, we don't have enough to actually carry anything from that, so we would just come back to it. We do want to Now perform a survey, which costs us... This would cost us 95 supplies? Interesting. Oh, they probably cost 200 to survey it, and we don't have enough crew anyway. So, what about this one? Smaller planet. We don't have any heavy machinery, so yeah, we wouldn't be able to survey it anyway. But yeah, this one's 5. 5 of each. So that's nice. There's a pirate raid against our colonies. That pirate raid got absolutely wrecked. So let's go over here and hopefully this is not a salvage because we didn't bring any heavy machinery. Okay, cool. We did a scan. Seems to be someone there. It's Dirty Pathers, as usual. We don't necessarily want to play with those dudes. We would like to be able to do some surveying. So we'll have to bring some heavy supplies next time. Let's go see if there's anything that we can grab out here or find. We don't have good sensors though, so that's a bit of a problem for us. However, there is something that we can do that will resolve this problem. And it's, that will resolve our problems. And that is, make 10 more gremlins. Make a bunch of them into fuel, and, yeah, do your thing. Alright, let's go see this one. Okay, we're gonna be making our way over to Genbu. Seems to be something over there that's probably Pathers coming for us. So let's slip in here and, okay, the objective's over there. What's his name? Stratho? Strathagana or something? Well, there is this Nav Boy buoy. We can get some heavy machinery that way. So that works. We can now go survey planets. So let's do that. Let's go survey things. Out of what we started with, which was like 200 supplies. We have like 50 left. Nice. It's always good. So, we've got about 25 days left of supplies. Alright, cool. We have that. We're gonna avoid those. That's gonna cost us. And we're just gonna have to sneak over there then. Okay, let's send down the team. Let's perform the survey. Notice some widespread ruins. We want to search the ruins. And then we're going to jettison most of the metals. Okay, well, we don't want to establish a colony. We will take that, though. He's most likely going to go and investigate that. However, we do kind of need to head back. So let's do that. Let's head back to Kumari Kanda. Alright. Alright, so we have arrived. So, let's go ahead and see what else we can do. So we probably need to bring more supplies than that. We can probably get away with this probably not being a good idea. So, unless we just need to be ultra sneaky, it's probably just not going to work long term. Now for like one ship is pretty good range. but for many ships, probably not. So, we can get rid of this idea. It's a nice idea. Not really, doesn't really work in practice, but it's a nice idea. And we're going to want to have a ship that we can pretty much do tons and tons of stuff with. So how phase ships work in this game today is the sensor profile is not reduced by 100% anymore, it's by 50%. So it's the phase field is sort of like an insulated engine assembly. They do stack, however, so you can get the sensor profile really far down. And if you want to, you could also put, say, something like high-resolution sensors or something like that on there to really boost your sensor range. So sensor strength is 60, and here without that it's still 60, which, okay, sounds good. So if we were to put that on there, it would become, we would get an extra 50 sensor range for our fleet. If we were to put another one of these in there, that would get even further and further and further and further. But I actually want to show you some other things. So, phase ships. We want to find a way to make phase ships work in like a supporting role, which means if we were to think about phase ships as just a buffer character instead of something that goes and actually kills anything, then, like if you wanted to go with a carrier fleet or something like that, you could do that. And the phase ships would take on a drastically different role. So, for instance, this one can use energy and this one can use energy weapons and hard weapons, ballistic weapons. This is an energy point, so we might put something like we might do something like put a bunch of tack lasers on here so this ship stays at maximum range, and then just have it use its buff. The other thing is, if it stays at max range, it isn't going to necessarily want to shoot enemy. It isn't going to need to use its phase field all that much. So that means this will stay out longer. Instead, what it becomes is something that just gives the puts the entropy amplifier on everything. Ergo, making your ships stronger, better, faster, that kind of thing. So that makes it to where this can probably be flown, this would probably be able to be flown without an officer whatsoever and probably be just fine. Wouldn't do any damage, wouldn't kill anything, but it would make it so that all your other ships are more dangerous. So, we will probably try that as we move away from phase ships, but for now we're sort of stacked into them. So let's get the killer phase ship back. And so what we want to do is we want the phase anchor, we want maxed out capacity, and I would like to have where is it? Oh, we don't have it yet. Expanded magazines. I think that's like 2 or 3 points. But we can't get that yet. We have 2 points. We can do that to get higher. It's only like 200 points higher. So we will most likely just slap that in there and go. Alright, so both those on the same, and we want them alternating. A and B, B, let's go. Sounds good. We'll put that here. And we will get rid of these. It's a nice idea, but it doesn't work in practice. And then we'll put the buff reflector here, so you guys can see that. So let's drop off all of our excess, then max out again, and see what we can do trade-wise. So we're going to need some ships. We have a lot of gremlins, which can be nice, I guess. It's go ahead and take them, but let's take some support ships as well. So that we can... It's not telling us how many we have. There we go. Now it is. So we can have this massive army of really crappy phase ships. So this should be funny. Okay, let's strip that. And let's instead see what we can do here. So, I like harpoons. Sabos are nice. Giving them 2 of these basically makes them harmless. So, what do we have that has sabos on it? Do we have any ships with sabos? I don't think so. So part of this is going to just be going and equipping our ships. We have a lot of storage, which is nice. Scheiße. Lots of storage, which is nice. We have these. They're under custom. Basically, they're just crap carriers. We can do that as well. Set them up as crap carriers. What? Hold on. What? Oh yeah, I see what they're doing. I see what we did. Yeah, I see what we did here. So how much does it cost to field these? 5.4. You can go with expanded cargo holds. If these won't ever see combat, which is possible they will, but also if we can do the engine assembly, that unfortunately makes them absolutely harmless. So we'll have to get rid of the cargo holds, and we'll need to give them something. I'm thinking a converted hangar plus something. We can give them talons or just whatever we can get our hands on. So we will set that over here. And yeah, this will most likely get destroyed if it comes anywhere near combat, so we're going to want to make sure we can just grab them again. So those would be, what is it, blast doors or something? Not blast doors. Reinforced bulkheads, I think is it. Yeah, it's almost always recoverable. So we have 9 points. So we have just enough to not be able to do that, which is fine. Alright, well, I guess what we can do is see what we can just give it to make it just a little bit better. We can give it the high resolution sensors, which increases that a little bit and makes these supporting crap carriers. And then we can just throw whatever we can get on there, as long as they have the converted hangar and the other thing. So we're going to need some Talon blueprints for these. They are not good. Goes without saying. They're not combat ships. But they will do the job, I suppose. These, likewise, are not good ships either. We need to redesign those. So, we will get there. We will need some crew. Luckily, we can get that crew pretty easily. How much crew do we specifically need? Right up to the limit. That's nice. Alright, so we have a fleet of garbage, basically. It's flying trash. And, I would like to do a trade that takes us near someone that actually likes us. Or is at least not hostile to us, and that is Coulon. So, how much does Coulon want? They want 2,000 of these, which we can take no problem, and they want 1,000 of these, which we can provide no problem. Portsay wants those. What else does Coulon want? Coulon wants 3,000 of those at a slight profit. Well, I can do that. Let's see, how much do we have left? We have less than 1,000, so we're going to take the rest in supplies. So, we are going to repair our ships. And then we will take our our ship of not good ships, our fleet of not good ships, over to xvector and go to Cologne. Let's go. Alright, we are here. So let's turn that transponder on and let's make our way over to Cologne. Hopefully we can find some friendos here who are willing to trade with us. And we can find lots of weapons too. So we have 5 talents on the white market. Let's check the black and gray markets. We have wasps, more talons, so we're going to need more talons. And let's immediately sell these things to them for a slight profit. Okay, nice. We got a nice profit out of that. Now let's go ahead and try to refit our ships. So we want a sabot and a harpoon on this. We will give it expanded missile racks. And yeah, that should work. Now there's no cooldown on harpoons and sabots. Breach missiles could work better, but I'm not going to worry about it too much. The only problem is once these blow these missiles, they're pretty much done. So they do have an extremely limited life expectancy. The nice part is that we can kind of take advantage of its ability to avoid enemies by just giving it weapons that will make it stay at maximum range. We're going to want maximum capacitors on this, and yeah, just sabots there. Now, let's go over here. So this one's good. Let's go ahead and outfit these craft carriers with with talons. And so we're doing our best, seeing what we can do. And alright, they're all outfitted. That's good. We have 2 broadswords. Now what else do we have here? So that isn't, well, there isn't much. Alright, sounds good. Let's see what we can sell somewhere else. So Epiphany really wants these. I don't really want to fight Epiphany, but what are your supplies at? Not too bad. We'll take them, simply because we can sell them for more later. We can't really take any more Marines or anything like that, so we're going to not. We will go to the bar. There's a flashing man with a drink. Let's not go over there. Hello, you can scan us. And, okay, I don't know why it lets us target those on the map, but let's see, what kind of items do they have? What weapons? They have, medium sabot pods, but no normal sabots. That's fine. We can take those at least, but we buy supplies and stuff for, we generate supplies for far cheaper. Thing is, if we cannot go back to base until after we're done with Epiphany, that would be good for us. Let's go to Keflin and then get out of here. Now, the nice part is, we know that our gremlins are not going to do a whole lot of damage to the enemy. We know their entire purpose is going to just be to blast the enemy as quickly as possible, and then promptly leave. Now, we have no money, so we might as well make our way over to Chalcedon, where we can sell Chalcedon or Epiphany. We can make our way over to Epiphany, where we can proceed to sell its stuff en masse. Alright, let's turn that transponder off and let's go to Epiphany. It won't take long. Maybe save myself a hot second for not advertising, but for a hot editorial second, I guess, because it won't take that long. Let's keep that transponder off. Our fleet is probably big enough for these guys to leave us alone. We'll see, though. Now, let's trade off all the supplies for a nice amount of change. And they have sabos. So, that means we're going to go harpoons here and sabos there. We have these there. We are going to just want all of the weapons we can get our hands on. Expanded missile rack, so this has 6 shots and that has 6 shots. The harpoons are going to... we're going to have a bigger problem getting enemy shields down, so we are fine with that. Though we should probably have them alternate a little bit. We don't have access to that right now, so we're going to change this to that. Alright, now let's try to just outfit them as best they can. And we should probably just build a lot of harpoons and sabos, assuming we have access to those. Putting weapons on these, however, will be nice. That's some mortars. Alright. So, we can now leave. We've sold what we wanted to sell. It's time to head back to Penelope Star and see what we can do now. These guys probably want drugs, which is probably useful to us. And how's everything going over here? Decent. Not terrible, not great. Let's jump in. There's some pirates over here that we're going to engage. Alright, let's join the battle. Now let's just throw all these gremlins in there, because why not? These cost 3 to deploy. Nice. That would be kind of funny. They're crap carriers. Now just imagine, 10 of these is 30 points. So if you had an entire fleet of nothing but these, you have 30 hangars that flood the enemy fleet with just nothing but like talons or something. Alright, let's go. Let's see how well these work. I'm assuming the answer is not well, but you know, whatever. They're gremlins. Gremlins are hot garbage anyway. Okay, so how this ship would look in terms of being a support ship is, I am curious as to when exactly is this within range. Okay, so it's out of range there, but I think that's like 1500. So it would literally just sit there and not curse, I guess, but it would help to win the air game, I suppose. Alright, let's vent our soft flux, vent our hard flux, and let's go assassinate someone while we're out there. Now we're willing to take a little bit of damage to make sure he dies. Let's vent that, vent this. The knowledge that they might end up hitting their own people. Let's make our way over here. Let them draw everything around away from here. And then go over here and blow this guy. Okay, we are sort of out of their range. Not entirely, but sort of. And this guy is the least defended. So congratulations, you get to die. It's your lucky day. Let's vent our soft flux. And let's go back and finish the job. The debuff does not last that long anymore. So it is a potential mark against these. And we're still able to do a decent amount of damage to enemies. Okay, so Buffalo got taken care of there. How are they doing? He's just got a bunch of sabos. They're up against a hound. So they're doing their bit. Okay, let's vent all that soft flux, let our weapons recharge, and then kill this guy. Where'd it be next? I do like that the fighters now, when their carrier is destroyed, will actually just leave the fight. So that's good. I appreciate that. That's all the bombs. Oh no! One of the gremlins. One of those pieces of trash exploded. So how are they doing? Well, they killed that thing. That's good. Where did the gremlin explode? Probably down. No, that's not one of the gremlins. That's not one of the gremlins. Where did the gremlin explode? I'm so confused. Maybe it's that one? But that's a hound, that's not a gremlin. I have no idea where it died. Oh well. Let's go ahead and make our way down. Oh no, one of our support ships exploded. Welp! Hello you. How are you? Ooh, you're more dangerous. I'm gonna go kill you instead. Hopefully not get shot by my own people. Oh, and you're venting. Well, that's bad for you. Let's fly up here. Shoot him twice. And promptly disappear. We have a lot of fighters on after us. Let's vent our hard flux so we go faster. And let's promptly disappear, I guess. Okay, he's trying to spin around so we don't give him the prison treatment. That's not going to happen, though. You might as well just accept it's going to happen. As these Talons try to do the same thing to us. We must protect our exhaust port. Alright, let's go ahead and slip away. Everything seems to be going pretty well after destroying their primary damaging ships. Let's go kill their carrier. Where are the rest of them? They're over here. They're doing their best. Doing their best to kill him. That works. And let's just wait for all our weapons to cool down and then murder him. Alright, very nice. It is time. Alright, let's slip away from that after venting all of our soft flux. And the enemy is running for their lives. Well, that's just too bad. I'm just curious. Damn it. Damn it. We tried. Okay guys, fill assault them and just kill them. Ah! How could you? Alright, we have all these hammers of blood over here. They're degrading. That means the gremlins are probably near like 0. Come on, guys. You can do it. It's just a handful of enemies. You've got this. They're not even all that dangerous. All you have to do is go up and kill them. I mean, he even has an anti-shield thing. He's not good against spaceships. Hello. Easy. Just drop all your missiles on them. Are you out of missiles? He's out of missiles. No, he has plenty of missiles. You should just saber the crap out of this thing. Hello. How are you? Prepare to die. And no. He escapes. Alright, let's not bother. Let's do the salvage. Oh no, we lost our gremlin. Oh well. That's okay. Let's take everything. And yeah, we jacked up everything. Let's go over here and see what we can do. So what are we over on? Crew? Sounds good. Let's go drop all this off and see what we can do. Alright. So the gremlins are kind of done. Kind of there. What can we drop off in places? Who wants drugs? Gardener really wants drugs. Although no, I do kind of want drugs. But not really. So, let's go and get a bunch of drugs. We want 1,200 of them. Sweet. We also... Horus wants those. Well, Garner is in Jungala. No, it's in Corvus. So anything we can get that's over in Corvus is fantastic. Doesn't look like that's going to happen, though. So, what else can we do? Casadon is willing to pay a nice amount for those. So we'll just crew up and get everything ready. Karis is willing to pay double for those. So Karis wants, what, 1,000 of these as usual? Sounds good. And 2,000 of these, right? Yes. Alright, Karis. We'll play your game. We have most of the crew that we need. We have drugs for Garner. So, let's head to Garner first. Now, of course, let's go to weapons. What kind of weapons can we make that are small for those incredibly horrible... Oh, well, these can work. I guess we can make like 10 of those. The breach missiles work a little bit nicer with spaceships, mainly because the cooldown doesn't necessarily apply to them as much. Now, how are these actually... Do these have... They don't have a phase anchor, so there is that. We do, but they don't. What that means is they can't spam out the breach missiles as quickly, but they can still do a decent enough job. The problem is they actually need harpoons, or something that damages armor. But let's make our way over to Gardener, over in Corvus, so we can drop off all this stuff. So let's go and make these sails real quick. And we are back. So we have gone over there, traded, we picked up some stuff, we grabbed expanded magazines from Karos after dropping off everything, and we're just going to throw these into the stockpile. Okay, so we have more sabos. Has the month elapsed? Yes, the month has. So let's just see if we have those breach missiles here yet. Yeah, we do. So I suppose we can do that. Do we have any other weapons? We have that, which is a little bit better when it comes to shooting the enemy to death. It has slightly worse range, but it is kind of good at shooting things down. So,